All right, today we're working on the 800 limited giveaway. If you missed it in our last video, we're building a full race spec 800 limited boat that we'll be giving away. To enter that giveaway, the details are in the description of this video. It's hosted by Great Lakes Watercross. And we're gonna be buffing the bottom today. So the most dreaded part of any gel coat restoration job, whether it's a jet ski or a boat, is getting that mirror finish back to gel coat. So we already wet sanded it, or I already wet sanded it. And we have to get some of the silicone out of the ride plate area. On the last video, we removed the ride plate so we can get it bead blasted and powder coated to make it look brand new. So we have to remove all that silicone from the factory so that we have a nice level installation when we put the new one on. And then we'll go through buffing, and we'll probably start stripping that silicone away first, because honestly, that's the bigger task in my head right now than buffing, because I actually enjoy buffing. So let's take a look at how the boat looks now, and then we'll move on to scraping all that silicone away. This turned out super nice. It's very important to get out all of the silicone so that when we put our new powder coated ride plate on, it sits flush, flat, evenly, however you want to put it, but it sits correctly. If you would have left all the old stuff on, or some of the old stuff on, when you went to silicone the ride plate and put it back on, it would have been cocked or something else, which you would have noticed in alignment. So now that this is all done, I'm going to start buffing this bottom. I have lightly wiped it down, but since this is a cut wax, we don't really care about it being super dirty. I'm gonna try to cut it before I start wet sanding it. I think the bottom is really, really good. It's only got these little couple areas right here that is a little bit down to the shiny part of the gel coat. So I'll wet sand these areas and come back to those, but I'm gonna start buffing just to do a couple test spots to see if I do need to wet sand this bottom or not. Again, this is a race boat, and it being a super glass bottom on a race boat or a wreck boat is not good for handling regardless. So I never go after an incredibly flat, smooth finish. I usually leave any scratches that are somewhat cosmetic in the bottom and buff over them just to make it look nice and shiny again for those pictures out of the water or somebody looking at it. All right, so that's one Roops pad down. I'm gonna start keeping a list of how much the project is actually costing. These Roops pads are like 17 or 23 bucks, I don't remember. But on to pad 2, and we're only through probably 3/4 of this first side. So we'll end up using another one of these pads. It's just because the gel coat dissipates so much heat back into the pad, and we have to use such a high speed to cut that it just destroys the foam membrane. And then after a while, it starts out really stiff and then just gets to be really garbagey. Okay, that gouge on the keel cleaned right up. Looks really good. We're gonna finish wax this side now, and then once we have the results of this side, I'll do a video 50-50 buff this side, and we'll be able to flip it back over. All right, here's a little 50-50. This side is the done side. this side is the unbuffed side. So you can kind of see from the front, or from the top, how much brighter yellow this side is versus that side. Obviously this has a ton of gloss. That's not. It looks really, really good. I found no damage except for that damage spot on the keel, which I wet sanded and is completely gone. No damage on any of the chines. Those are all really good. No deep gouges. So this side, I don't see any either. So it should look just like that side. Turned out really, really good. Hopefully it comes through on camera, because the bottom, minus the couple little scratches that are in it, color-wise, looks brand new. Really happy with it. So I'm gonna hit this side now, and then I'll be ready to flip it over. So here's how the ride plate area looks after I have scraped it all away and cleaned it up with the acetone. I actually ran the buffer inside of this thing as well, because why not? Somebody's gonna say right now that why would you run a buffer in there if you're gonna put silicone on it? I'm gonna acetone it again. Really, honestly, the buffer took some of that residue away just to make it squeaky clean. So I'll put acetone on it and then I'll Scotch-Brite it to kind of get a bite on the silicone surface. So that's how our ride plate area should look before we install the new one. Here is how the gel coat turned out. Hopefully this is coming across in camera because it turned out really good. I showed you this side earlier, and I did end up putting another coat of finish wax on it with a different compound and a different pad. So that turned out really good. This is the other side that was buffed. It turned out just as good. Honestly, on this entire thing, there's two like gouges in it. There's one here that's like maybe the width of a Sharpie, and there's one here that's about the width of a Sharpie as well. Other than that, this boat is squeaky clean. The finish turned out really, really good. Again, hopefully this comes across on camera as good as it does in person. The next task in the next video will be to remove these sponsons. It's much easier to buff the sides and the back when it's actually sitting back on the cart how it's supposed to be. If you buff it now, it tries to kind of like scoot itself off the cart just because you have to apply some pressure on the sides. So since the bottom is downward pressure, it's easier to do it on a cart the way it's flipped over. I'm gonna have to restore this tow hook. I'm gonna end up removing it before I paint it anyways. So I'll put it in the ultrasonic cleaner in like a solution that I've used in the past, which is I think it's airplane cleaner by Zepp or something like that. Anyways, I'll get most of this off, and then I'll come back in here with a Scotch-Brite pad and bleach and get the rest of it off, and then I'll go by and probably hit it with just like some plastic wax or something to kind of bring the depth of color back. Obviously it's not going to shine because it's like kind of a rubber or whatever, but I have to remove these grommets when I go to buff the side. I have brand new OEM grommets and brand new OEM pop off for the vent. And then this side, or no, I'm sorry, that side will be the vent. This side is just capped off. So again, next video, I'll remove these sponsons. Well, the next buffing video. The next video will actually be a engine building video. I'll remove the sponsons. I'm gonna remove the VIN tag or the HIN tag. And then probably the exhaust outlet so I can buff the whole thing and then reseal the exhaust outlet because it couldn't hurt. But yeah, moving along this thing. The bottom finish is gonna look super nice with that powder coated ride plate and the powder coated intake grate. I think you saw the intake grate in the last video. So can't wait to see what that looks like, especially against the nice yellow and very, very hard OEM finish, like deep looking black powder coat. And then we also have black powder coated trim tabs, 3-degree works that'll be going in on it. So those are at powder now. I'm hoping in the next couple weeks, you'll see the powder coated exhaust and everything else. I covered it before, but the motor is sitting on the bench. I have a really long video, well, not super long, but over 30-minute video, first person view of putting that together. It turned out pretty cool. So I'm gonna drop that next week. I'm just waiting on domes to come back. So again, here's your finished product. And somebody's gonna win this super nice ski. All right, that's it for this one. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday night and I am completely wiped out. Actually, it's a Tuesday night because tomorrow's Wednesday and this video will be dropping. So happy Wednesday. Hope you guys liked the video. As I said before, next week will be a in-depth, like first person view assembly of the race motor for this thing. So I hope you guys like that. So far editing it turned out really nice. It's over 30 minutes, which some people in the last video said they want over 30-minute videos. So it's for you guys. All right, again, enter this giveaway if you would like the chance to win it. The description will tell you how to enter it. It is a link to Great Lakes Watercross sites. And good luck, guys, and thanks for tuning in. See you on the next one.